Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. And this is a historical fiction novel that takes place during World War I and World War II. So our story starts out with Charlie St. Clair, and she steps off the boat from America into England, and she's there with her mother on a trip to Switzerland because she has gotten pregnant and they're going to Switzerland to get rid of it. But Charlie has another plan in mind. She has a name and address written down in her pocket, and it has something to do in connection with her cousin Rose, who's gone missing during World War II. So this is taking place around right after World War II in the 1947, I want to say. And so she ends up running away and stumbling upon Eve's doorstep in the middle of the night, and it kind of takes off from there. Eve is very adamant about not helping Charlie find her cousin, but when she hears a name she hasn't heard in 30 years, that kind of changes it, and they kind of go out on this adventure and try to figure out the mystery of what happened to Rose, while also kind of going on a hunt for this mysterious man. And so while this is also going on, we're also getting flashbacks to Eve during World War I when she was a spy, and how just kind of everything leading up and how these two women are connected through this one mysterious man. And so this book was honestly amazing. It was the best book I've read in 2018. It was very reminiscent of, in terms of the emotions I had reading it, as The Nightingale, and I think in part because it kind of showcases the role in relationships that women had during the war, and really showcasing strong female friendships and characters, and I really love that in here. In particular, I love seeing Eve and Charlie's relationship grow and develop over the course of the book, and how, you know, Eve started out really not caring for Charlie, and at the end, like, kind of seeing them bloom and blossom. I really love that, and I really enjoyed how the author was able to seamlessly weave in Eve's story during World War I, and then also kind of post World War II, and how getting them connected. And I was like, what was really unique about this book too is, like, I would sit down and read, look up and be like, man, I read 60 pages, I didn't even notice that. So I'm quite a slow reader too, so that's a big deal for me. But yeah, this was just really good, and I was so attached to these characters, and just there's parts on here where I was at the edge of my seat because I was so invested in their story and like what was going on, and I really felt for them. There's parts where I was actually in tears with what was going on, and it was truly remarkable. I haven't been this invested in a book in a long time that's been like a historical fiction, so I think I've read this at the perfect time. And what I think is really interesting when I was reading the author note is that she did weave in historical figures in here as well. During World War I, there is a woman known as the Queen of Spies that Eve has a connection with, and so she weaved these fictional stories around real life people, which I thought she did a really good job with. And I felt like each character was really unique, and I just loved reading it. I kind of want to reread it again, just because even though I kind of dealt with some really hard subject matter and there are some explicit sexual things in here, I felt a warmth with the relationship that was shared between Charlie, Eve, and Finn, and just kind of seeing their relationships develop, and especially Eve as well. I love seeing her progress and learning her story and her background and everything that she lived through, and it was just beautiful book. I highly recommend you check this book out. If you were a fan of The Nightingale, this one I think would be perfect for you. And then even if you're not a historical fiction buff or anything, like you're not into that, I think every person in here can find aspects of it that they will like, and I think that's what makes this book so universal and so impactful as well. So I highly recommend, if you haven't, like I said, check this book out. You will not be disappointed at all. It was just beautiful. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this book, and if you're interested in reading it, let me know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.